If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.
Particularly over the course of the season, because obviously the injury early kind of made it a little tougher early on.
Yeah, Jimmy's biggest issue was the fact that he got hurt early and was had no off season, didn't get a chance to take reps. So he was behind learning the offense and the fundamentals of it. So much more advanced in college. I would just say continued improvement. Off season is going to be huge for him, technique-wise and scheme-wise. Mostly at corner, it's technique. It's the fundamental. It's being disciplined. It's playing technique, covering it up. That's what it boils down to at corner. And he can, quite certain he's going to be very good at that.
How much time have you and Steve talked about the training camp thing with fans and kids and autographs? He's addressed it a lot. I haven't heard you talk as much about it, and obviously there are a lot of reasons you didn't go up there. But this year, it's going to be different, I think, for fans, and you guys are going to obviously make a huge effort to try to do something. As the coach, how does that play into it for you with training camp?
Right. Well, it's really important, that we. The most important part of training camp is becoming the best football team you can become, right? And that's practice and meetings. The best part of training camp is the kids and going over and hanging out with the kids. That's the best part of training camp. You get down on one knee, you look them in the eye, they tell you their name, what their favorite subject in school is, what their favorite sport is. They all say football, most of them, Every now and then you get a baseball, basketball.
Kick them out.
Here they go. The Orioles are down the road. But we're going to do that. We're going to have 3 off-season dates. We're going to practice, or off-campus dates. We're going to practice off-campus, and get this. Whether it's going to be in our stadium for one, and the other 2 sites I think are yet to be determined. And then we're going to do 2 clinics, youth clinics, coaching clinics for youth players, high school and junior high players, and elementary school players. Where we're going to actually coach them up. So we're doing everything we can do, I think, to kind of mitigate the fact that we don't have training camp really every day.
Do you have those memories as a kid?
Going to training camp?
Well, I mean, your dad being a coach and all that, but just meeting players and getting autographs, taking pictures, that sort of thing. Did you do that as a kid?
Well, we didn't have like the Steve Bisciotti experience where we went to a pro camp. That was really unique, and that's the great thing about what we've done in Westminster. But my dad was a coach, so we were in training camp. We were there at practice. We got locked in the lockers, taped the goalposts. That was our deal. We were made tape balls out of. 2 tape balls. They rolled us into each other and then banged us against each other. I might be exaggerating a little bit, but that was. You're right. It's the same kind of an idea, and it's going to be hard. And the kids are going to miss that. The experience, the NFL experience. The fans can come in for no money. It costs nothing to come to one of these. It costs nothing to come to these 3 events, and to turn their kids loose and know they're going to be safe, and let them go jump on the bouncy deal, and throw footballs through your tires, and do all the great things that we do. We've got to recapture that. We got to find a way to do that in our events. When we get the 3 things we do, we have to do that. It's important.
Have the guys with surgery, Terry Williams, Torrey Smith, you got good reports from those guys. You expect everyone to be ready to go?
Right, great reports from all the surgery guys, the guys that you mentioned. Everything looks really positive. We'll know for sure when they come in on April 16th. We'll do physicals and those kind of things, but we didn't have anything major, and it sounds like those guys are doing well.
I heard Randy Brown at WLP lately.
Okay.
The walk-off.
No comment.
That was a walk-off.
Right.
It's
a walk-off. See you, Paul, on that note.
The flack that Flacco took, it almost seemed like it was a personality flaw, that he wasn't the most exuberant fellow. Did that surprise you, the way he was portrayed? And maybe it affected the way this team played?
Well, I think he's a very exuberant fellow, to use your term. He's a fiery, hard-nosed, competitive guy. But I don't think he's one of these guys that you look at on camera where it plays out and you go, man, this guy's whatever that body language is. You see whatever you see. And I don't even worry about that. It doesn't matter. Joe's a competitive guy. He wants to win, and it's the way he played in that last game obviously was a big statement. But hey, we're going to try to get all of our guys better. Joe's going into his 5th year, not his 15th year. He's still on. He's going to hit his stride. He's ascending as a player. So, in my mind, Joe Flacco will be a premier quarterback in the National Football League, and he will win championships. And that's how I'm approaching it. And really, there's no doubt in my mind that it's going to happen. but we will see. That's what it's all about, right?
Talk about just this big picture of the AFC North. And
let's get a picture of these guns here. The Gucci guns. He's been training hard.
Yeah, it's not as hard as you are in the AFC North.
Now, see that? You're pulling away my microphone.
I don't want to. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I mean, look, we started the conversation with pinching guys. Now you're doing it. That's all I'm saying. I gotta cut it at some point.
You covering the Redskins this week too?
I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm gonna go, and that's tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. a little more engaging. Yeah. We're gonna leave it at that.
If you're not supposed to say it.
Yeah.
So if we had press conferences every morning at 7:30, we're going to get this kind of comedy in this season. I mean, people pay for this. This is like.
Really?
Yeah, this is good.
How much?
I'll put it at auction on Twitter right now. So.
Right.
Division and the fact that it's 4 top 10 defenses. I know the story hasn't changed in this division in a long time with the teams dominating yours and Pittsburgh's, but do you see something going forward, just the way these defenses, especially this past year, all 4 of them being in the top 10? What's that say about what the challenges are going forward?
Yeah, I think the fact that we've got all these great defenses in this division says offenses beware. It's pretty tough moving the ball in this division. And we found out that, as did Pittsburgh, as did Cleveland, as did Cincinnati, you're running into some pretty stiff resistance offensively when you go against these defenses. Do not expect that to change. Fully expect all 4 of these defenses to be back in the top 10 and plan on being the top defense of all these top defenses in this division.
And Cincinnati with a young quarterback and Andy Dalton, your guy, you're just establishing this, just a 5th-year guy. Cleveland's still trying to figure that out, but as you see the quarterback position evolving in the division as well, what do you see in terms of, again, 2012 beyond? Can it change that dramatically? Because all of a sudden Dalton comes on and the Bengals are a team last year that maybe people didn't anticipate, because a rookie quarterback isn't necessarily supposed to make that impact. I mean, what is your?
I'm waiting for a question.
Okay. Well, your thought about how that quarterback position in the division.
Well, we're having fun, but the point is that there's really good quarterbacks in this division, and what you're basically saying, you got Ben, who's obviously won Super Bowls. You've got Joe, who we certainly here, because it's the Baltimore Ravens table, believe is on, is becoming one of the great quarterbacks in the league. But we're determined to make sure that happens. You've got Andy Dalton, who everybody's singing his praises and talking about he's the next comer. Did go to the Pro Bowl in his first year. We'll reserve judgment. We're looking forward to defending him and everybody else. And then, is Colt going to be a guy? And Colt obviously has tons of talent. We love him coming out in the draft. And they're building an offense around him. So potentially, it's probably got a chance to be for maybe the strongest division. You've got a chance to be the strongest division in the league with defenses, and the strongest division in the league with the 4 quarterbacks. That's pretty telling.
I know you're not supposed to worry about the hardships of any other coaches in the league, and it's dog eat.
If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.